I'm excited today. I'm sitting down with Dr. Dhaval Thakkar, who is a serial entrepreneur, but first one in his family to be in the dental field, and his journey of first coming to America when he was just 19 years old and going through his journey of coming to America, switching his majors, and now being a very successful dentist and entrepreneur. I'm excited to share his journey with you. Dhaval, happy to have you over here.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you. We opened this first office in Crosby, and everything was set up. Equipment, build out is complete. Employees are hired. Everything is ready to go. On 9/26, we were supposed to do training. With kind of a demo. I would give cleanings to my staff, make sure everything is in working order. We kind of figure out the flow. In 9/27, we were supposed to see patients. And 9/25, late night, we were kind of just cleaning up the space, and we all left around 10 o'clock. We closed the doors, left at 10. And 9/26, I pulled into the parking lot at around 8 a.m. And my assistant was actually ahead of me. So she opens the door, and I was right behind her, and she screamed. She's like, "Doc, everything is gone. There's nothing in the office anymore." And it didn't hit me, so I walked in, and I look at just things are everywhere, in the waiting area. It's just mess. Chairs are not in the same place. And then as I walk into the office, things are on the floor. And that's when it hit me that we were robbed, actually. So this was 9/26, a day before we were supposed to opening my first business ever.
Ever.
Right?
Yeah.
Ever in the U.S. and ever. And called Kelly on the. I called her right away. I'm like, hey, it seems like we were robbed, and everything is missing. So she panicked, and I said, okay, let me figure it out. And I hung up, and then sat down for a bit just to process. What's going on, right? What happened? So the first thing I do is I call my insurance company because we'd gotten the invoice. So luckily the policy was active. And so I called the insurance and said, hey, could you collect my payment? They're like, sir, it's $500 for the quarter. I said, take the payment for the year. Let's make sure I pay off. So I paid, a credit card. I paid the bill.
Yeah.
And then called the police, to file the report. And then, then I called my vendors because I had to figure it out and what I was going to do. And my supplies and equipment vendor, he said, Doc, you're going to still see patients tomorrow. And I still remember, again, these calls I remember vividly because these things, they if you look back, at that time when you're going through that, you kind of go through it, it's day to day. But when you look back, it's such a profound impact that leaves on you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're still going to see patients tomorrow, Doc. We're going to bring everything to you. So the equipment company, they actually loaned everything to me, one handpiece or one instrument of this. And by that evening, they had given me enough things to just survive for the next day and the week. They brought everything in. We set up everything. Instead of training, we actually pivoted and then set up the office once again. I got one PC from Best Buy, and we set up everything. Everything was gone. Everything was stolen. There was nothing left in the office.
What was the approximate financial loss from?
It was close to $90,000 worth of stuff was just gone from the office.
Overnight, gone.
Gone. There was nothing left.
Okay.
So they brought everything in. I actually saw the first patient at 9 a.m., 9:27.
You did?
I did. And I was just apologizing to the patient. I'm so sorry. We had this incident happen. So, we don't have this thing, but I'll take care of you, next week or a week after if you come. And they were like, oh my God, just the fact that you were able to see us today after what you went through yesterday, like that means a lot. So most of them were just understanding. And again, going through it was not a big, I didn't even feel like I was doing something major, right? But when I look back now, all these hurdles that come to us, and you just fight through it.
Education is really important. You went to undergrad computer science, then a dental degree, and now MBA. What's the thought process? Why MBA? Why go back to school when you have all the success in the last 15, 20 years?
I think things are changing, right? I think when we learn in dental school or, things are different. I mean, I'm just simple example, I don't have TikTok on my phone. So technology is changing, things are changing. I feel like if we have the opportunity to keep learning and go back to school and kind of see what the landscape is, Challenges might be the same, but the way we handle those challenges might be different. The approach might be slightly different. You know, I would love to, and just having the degree in terms of like, kids see that too. The education is important, right? That continuous improvement in yourself, just, you know, through self-help books or like, you know, taking a course, CE course, or even pursuing another degree, right? Something that interests you. So yeah, I'd love to do an executive MBA and just kind of see, you know, what brings to me. I appreciate you inviting me and having me over. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.